Today we're gonna do a room tour. We have the King Paradise swim up. So come on in and see our beautiful room. What I wanna say first is your wristband is your room key, and I absolutely love that. So come on in. We're gonna start right in the bedroom. King size bed, so that is the only option for the swim out room. So you have a nice king size bed. Love how it's very beautifully decorated. Nice little bench. Little sitting area here. The best part is gonna be going outside. We have a beautiful swim out room, so you have some nice Adirondack chairs, and then you also have lounge chairs. So how this swim out goes is you kind of just have like your own little area, and then you have actual stairs that you walk down that are communal, and then you get into the real pool. And our room does connect to a swim out bar, so that's pretty cool. Nice big desk that you have here. You have some drawers for storage, TV, nice big selfie mirror so you can see how you look. They do have a coffee maker, and then this resort does things a little bit different. So there's a mini bar in here, and there are only water bottles in there. That is going to be restocked daily. In order for you to get soda or alcohol or snacks, you are going to use your wristband and you're going to go to the Joe Merchant store, and you can pick out exactly what you want. So the amount of points that you're given depends on the type of room category that you purchased and how many nights that you're staying. So when you check in, they're going to let you know how many points you have, and if they don't, you can go down to the store, they'll scan your wristband, and they'll tell you how many points that you have. I know some people aren't so into that. I actually love that because I'm a water drinker. I don't really care about beer or soda. I want to be able to pick out exactly what I want to pick out. Into the closet, they have a safe. This is big enough to fit your laptop. You have a bunch of shelving units. On the other side, there is an umbrella that hopefully you do not need, and you have some robes and an ironing board. So plenty of space. And then moving into the bathroom, you have a nice big shower, and shampoo, conditioner, and body wash are going to be included. So you have a rain shower head, and then you also have a wand. You have one sink, but there is a good amount of counter space here. So you have hand soap, body lotion, and then they give you a few things, just like a vanity kit, a shoe shining kit, things like that. And there is a hair dryer, so no need to bring that unless you're super, super picky. And then last but not least is your commode over here. And what I love about this is it has a solid door. There are so many resorts now that are a glass door, and I just don't like that. So you got a solid door and pretty good size in there. And then for the door on the bathroom, it is a pocket door, so this can be closed. And that is pretty much going to be the room tour. If you stick around to the end of this video, I am going to go through pros and cons. So after we actually live in this room for a few days, I'm gonna come back on and let you know what I think about it. And if you're interested in booking this resort with a travel agent, I am one, and I would love to help you. You can reach out to me on my website at memoriesandmojitos.com, submit a quote request, and we will get you off to paradise. So after 3 nights of staying here, I'm gonna tell you what I like and dislike about the room. I have much more likes, I guess, than dislikes, which is pretty uncommon. First, I'm gonna say that the air conditioning worked really well. It got down to 66 degrees, and I thought it was good. The only thing worth mentioning is I think it's on a sensor, and when you come back in, I'm just on the habit of putting it back down because it seems to go up when you leave the room. So this is not uncommon. This has happened to us at multiple other resorts. So I'm just in the habit of, as soon as I walk back in, lower it back down, but it cools off very well. It does not shut off in the middle of the night. Sometimes when your room is on a sensor and you're not moving at night, it will shut off. I did not find that to be the case. I actually had the blankets like up over my head because it worked so well. And the mini bar here is only stocked with waters. Those are refreshed daily by housekeeping, and then you're going to get points when you check in. They're going to be loaded onto your wristband. You're going to go down to Joe Merchant's and you're going to pick out beer, soda, club soda, snacks, whatever you're looking for. I know a lot of people are hesitant about that. They're nervous. Let me tell you, we are taking all of these snacks with us. We're moving on to another resort. We're doing a split stay. We have so much food that I don't think that the point system is a problem at all. If anything, I actually really love it because I don't drink beer. I don't really drink soda. I like to be able to choose exactly what we want, and I think we had more than enough points for what we needed. Okay. This was probably my biggest con. So in the closet, there's a sensor, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it because it's not dark in here, but when you walk by, the closet light goes on. So what we had to do to combat that is we put a big throw pillow up there to block the sensor. So I'm gonna try to walk by and we'll see if you can tell that it goes on. So I don't know if you can see that it went on, but at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're walking by to go to the bathroom, this whole thing goes on. So if you're sensitive to light, I would throw your big blue Margaritaville pillow that's on the bed. I would throw that up. If you want to show, there's there's a red sensor up there. That's what you want to block, okay? While I'm in here, we can talk about the safe. The safe is in a drawer, and at 5'1", I can't really see in it. So if you're short like me, you gotta make sure you come with someone tall, okay? Gotta come with someone tall. But the safe, we had no issues with the safe. I would say it's good size. We have a lot of stuff, so it would fit a laptop, but it's a pretty good size. We didn't have enough space for all of our stuff, but we have a lot of electronics, so we're not the norm. I do like that they have red and green lights. So if you don't want anyone to come in, you would put the do not disturb on. If you do want housekeeping to come in and clean your room, you would put the green on. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you in the room that it's on, but if you walk outside, if you open the door, you can see that they're there. So I do wish you could see it in the room. However, I do like to be able to put it out. We get up early, so we like to get housekeeping in here early, so we usually put it on at 8 o'clock, and then they just come right on in. All right, so this is the hair dryer that is provided. I did not think that it worked super good, so if you have thick hair or you're picky, you may want to bring your own. If you don't really care, they do have it here in a pinch. The toiletries provided are shampoo, conditioner, body wash, body lotion, hand soap. They are all different scents. Every single scent is different. So you have lime, seaweed, mint, banana, coconut. So if you don't want to be like super fruity, all mixed, you might want to bring your own. I thought that the shampoo and conditioner worked well. So if you don't care about smells and you're trying to pack light, don't worry about it. The only thing I really did not care for was the banana lotion. Initially putting it on, I was like, oh, okay, like this, interesting. Like I've never had banana lotion. I did not like the scent when it dried. When it dried, I was like smelling myself and I was like, no. So I would say no to this. Bring your own body lotion if you're picky. What else do we got? Okay, in the shower, Really my only complaint is that there's no ledge or no bench or anything. So for ladies trying to shave your legs, there's nowhere you're like really gonna be doing acrobats in there. So that's probably like my only negative. That's probably my only negative in there. And then just some general room stuff. There's not a ton of plugs. So if you have a lot of stuff that you're plugging in, I would probably bring an extra, just like an extra plug, something like this, so you can have a few more. So on one side of the bed, there's a USB and a plug, and then on the other side of the bed, there's just a USB, not a full plug. And then by the desk, there's the same thing, just like 2 USBs and 2 plugs. So if you have a ton of stuff, you might want to bring one of these. We always have a couple of these in our bags, again, because we have a lot of electronics. And they do have a Bluetooth speaker that I thought was really nice, and this thing gets loud. If I filmed this an hour ago, the neighbors were having a party. This thing really, this has some bass, this gets booming. So don't do it too loud because you don't want your neighbors to be like, you know, getting mad at you. But it is nice that you don't have to bring your own little Bluetooth speaker. And then, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but your wristband is your room key to get in. I love this. I know people feel like, oh, I don't like wristbands. I love a wristband if it's a room key. There's nothing better than, you can't lose your room key in your beach bag. You just walk up, you're like, boop, and it worked perfect. You don't have to worry about it getting wet or anything like that. Like, no issues there. Do I have anything else that I want to talk about? I don't think so. So, good room, good size room. The swim out was perfect. We can't really go out there now because it's raining a little bit, but no issues with the room really. Like, it is super, super clean, and I love this room. If I was coming back to this resort, I would 100% do the swim out category again. I would do nothing else. To me, this is a pool lovers resort. So if you are a pool lover, you got to get this room. You do not need to go out and save a chair anywhere. You always have your Adirondack chairs, you have your lounger chairs, you have access to the bathroom, plugs, everything. So I think this is a great room category. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and drop them down below. Our room number was 117, and I think we were in a perfect location in between both pool bars, and our room did swim out to the SOS pool bar, which I think is awesome. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.